Welcome back, everybody.
Good morning, guys.
Joe here.
Kevin.
All right, Patrick Kelly. You pick it, we watch it Saturday night.
I'm really excited about this one. You and I have talked
Yeah.
about watching this one on the channel
Yep.
when it came out.
We were just discussing how, this is one of my most anticipated movies of the year, and they released it. I think it's still in theaters, actually, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
But it's on streaming now.
Well, if to buy,
right. or rent,
or rent for the high end, the $20 rent. But no, I don't want to get too much into what we know about the movie going in because I feel like there's going to be plenty of people. If for anyone who does watch it with this, the odds are good that they won't have already seen it. So I don't want to be like pre-spoiling anything.
Yeah, no, for sure.
All I will say is I know a couple of people in the cast and the premise.
I was going to tell you, I don't know if you looked at the cast list, but I was like, there's a person in here that we see on the show. I wasn't going to say anything.
Yeah, I know you're talking about, right? Because I'd seen that a while back. That one of the cast members of New Girl is
that's what,
and one of the cast members of The Americans.
That's who got me excited.
Right.
So when I saw
actually on this,
months ago, I think I said it. When
it was months ago. Yeah.
And I was like, hey, this movie is coming out about the making of Saturday Night Live. This guy's playing George Carlin, and I was like, I want to see that really bad.
Right. I didn't know he was playing Carlin, but
circumstances happened to where I couldn't go to the theater. We talked about that when we watched The Village, where I've only been to the theater a handful of times.
Right.
This year, and I've been dying to see this movie.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about this. So I'm glad that we were able to do this. So thank you, Patrick, for giving us an excuse to watch it now.
You a big Saturday Night Live guy?
I on and off. When I was a kid, much more. I really enjoyed it in the '90s when it was really in a heyday.
Sure,
there was a time in the '90s where it was back really hard.
Yeah,
kind of ebbs and flows a lot. As far as how real this movie is, I've been told it's pretty accurate. It follows there are books, and I've not read any of them that are written about the first season. And I don't know if it's about the first night that they used a lot of sources on. I've heard some of the stuff that is a little embellished is still real, but it doesn't happen in the time frame of this movie.
It's dramatized for a movie, probably,
right?
You know
of course, right. But from what I understand, including from cast members, they've said it's pretty spot on as far as tonally and as far as the chaos and everything of this particular slice in time. It's pretty close. Dan Aykroyd said this is really, really close to his experience. Yeah,
that makes me happy because I love watching reruns on YouTube of SNL.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
SNL has been a show that I grew up watching with my family. Well, my stepdad really let me watch it at night because some of the jokes are pretty racy. I grew up in the early 2000s, so Will Ferrell, kind of going into the Andy Samberg Lonely Island thing.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Right. For me, like this is obviously the beginning of Saturday Night Live, which is way before my time. But when I was a kid at like Blockbusters, you could rent DVDs, the best of. So like the best of Eddie Murphy, the best of Chevy Chase, the best of Bill Murray. I've rented some of those and watched it as a kid. Right. And just laughed hysterically at those.
They're amazing.
They really are. And that's kind of my experience with the older sketches, the best of John Belushi, you know. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked for this. I don't know a lot of the casting choices. I don't know what all actors are here. I do know, and this is just something I know, that Bill Murray as a character will not show up because he joins later. Right, he's not in the first season.
Yeah,
but
he replaces Aykroyd, I think, in real life.
Chevy Chase.
Thank you. Yeah.
Aykroyd's on for a long time.
Yeah,
Chevy Chase, I think, was only there for a year.
Yeah, because he got movies.
He blew up. Yeah, he blew up fast. Good for you, Chevy. I hear you're really kind of a monster in real life, though, which bums me out every time I have to say it.
I will say this though. It led to an amazing scene in Caddyshack because that was a big deal with Caddyshack. Right. They're finally going to be on screen together.
Right.
They got into it behind scenes all the time.
Yeah, I think there was a fist fight that actually happened. Yeah, I've heard that before. I don't know details. Like I said, I know there are books about all this.
It was on somebody's podcast. I think it was. Oh my God, Chevy! I think Chevy might have told that story.
He might have admitted that he got into a fist fight with. Oh yeah, he got super canceled.
Yeah.
I think his time on Community is what finally did him in.
Also, Joel McHale told us those stories too.
Yeah, I saw Joel McHale on a podcast once say that he got in trouble one time, like real trouble on the set of Community for fighting with Chevy Chase, which I think happened more than once. But he said he dislocated Chevy's shoulder, and he actually got in real trouble.
Joel McHale played college football. Like, why would you pick a fight with that
Chevy Chase is 7 years old. Why would you mouth off at Joel McHale, who could beat most of us up?
This is Chevy, baby.
Yeah. All right, we've talked enough. Again, really excited about this. We should go ahead and jump into it. Thanks again, Patrick. Really, really excited to watch this.
Me too.
I do want to go and thank all of our Patreon subscribers who are all here with us, and my idea. Thank you to Actuarial Lurker, Balash Foldes, Chris, Derek Peterson, Jeff, Christy Goverston, NJ, Surigunda Varapu, Torgir Linkstein, Weird Magic, and WerePanda47. Thank you guys. Really glad you're here.
Yes, we are. And if you're watching this on YouTube for the first time, welcome to our channel.
Hello.
If you might hit the like button for us, please leave us a comment down below and hit the subscribe button so we can stay up to date with all the content we've come your way.
If you would like to see a full-length reaction to this and everything else that we have watched or we are currently watching, please check out a link in the description below to our Patreon page. You will have to sync and watch along on your own source material. You'll only see us for copyright purposes. That's everything on our Patreon.
Yeah.
All right, Patreon subscribers, thank you for being here with us. We're going to go ahead and begin Saturday night in 3, 2, 1. I wonder if this is stuff like from their audition tapes. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah, the stuff. That looks like Dylan O'Brien. You know he's nuts, right?
Dan Aykroyd?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shall we go?
I don't know who they cast as Chevy, but he's kind of killing it.
Yeah, I don't recognize him.
This looks great.
Yeah. Is that the Stranger Things kid?
It is, Finn Wolfhard.
Seats.
Then, yep, there's Lauren.
He looks like Lauren, doesn't he?
You are invited to a new variety spectacular featuring.
Oh, so they had to like beg people to come in and watch it. That's awesome. Now you can't get seats.
Yeah.
Hey man, you okay? Maybe ask me again in 90 minutes.
So this will be in real time then.
Ah, it's 10 o'clock, Andy. Here.
Well, Andy Kaufman.
Yeah, Andy Kaufman. Yeah, I forgot he was
Getting dropped off by his mom. Oh, is that cousin Greg?
It is. That's Nicholas Braun. 4 characters from shows we watched then.
That's awesome.
My name is Lorne Michaels. I'm the producer of Saturday Night.
The whole night?
Hey,
Yeah, the whole
He doesn't know about the show.
Then Cooper Hoffman.
I love Cooper Hoffman.
I love his dad too.
Yeah.
Did anyone ask Edison what a light bulb was before he harnessed electricity?
Okay, well, what kind of show is it, Lauren? Do you even know what the show is?
Of course.
An hour and a half before there.
In 88 minutes, yeah. I've never seen the first episode. I kind of want to watch it.
Yeah, me neither. I don't know enough about the backstories of these, so I don't know some of these supporting people who are probably really important to the show.
Please stay with us. Okay?
Andy is a certifiable comedic genius. He's redefining the form.
He does sound like Billy Crystal, doesn't he?
Billy Crystal was involved.
Oh, this is stressful.
So as it
No.
stands, we have 4 host monologues.
Live TV. Cool.
We will.
He always did pratfalls.
Sorry, tripped over my penis. We're not doing a radio hour anymore, and he's built like an Albanian cheeseburger.
Chevy can't have
Oh my god.
You're looking sharp, Patches.
What?
What?
They gonna do like a real time thing on this?
I think so, yeah. 88 minutes they were saying earlier, so I mean, like, that's pretty much
Pretty
the length
close,
of the movie,
yeah. Well, that's hard to pull off. Like, I can tell you right now, the editor had a hard job on this, for sure. And the, camera work.
Yeah.
25C.
Oh, they're nailing the
Down
machine.
on 31, that's
So far, it looks just like him.
right.
Yeah, it looks just like
Oh my God,
Belushi.
he
It's a
looks so
spitting
movie.
image.
Yeah.
On page 12, what is clam diving?
I
Why?
believe the act of harvesting mollusks. If that piglet disfigures my work,
Oh my god.
it's like a scavenger hunt.
I know what blue balls are.
You don't say.
God.
That wasn't Joel McHale, right? It kind of looked like him.
I don't think so.
Aykroyd!
Cue Danny.
This is door stock.
Problem. What's going on, Dan?
Yeah.
Hi there! Please do not be alarmed.
He sounds like Aykroyd. Yeah. His speech.
I think we're going to stick to the script this time. What script? Thanks, scared. Okay.
Friendly, just how...
Oh.
Did that happen?
I don't know.
You want to drop on us? Yeah, maybe, mother...
Oh my god.
I don't know, guys. That's kind of exciting.
Probably good luck.
Well, the script specifically called for a Smith & Wesson K-frame Model 19 Combat Magnum.
Oh god, this...
Oh, Dan.
Yeah.
My main man, Jim. Say, sorry for
Oh, Jim Henson?
bits, man.
They're not just... They're your co-stars.
Is Cousin Greg playing 2 characters in this movie?
You all right there, Jim?
Yes?
He is. He's playing Jim Henson and Andy Kaufman.
You're full of baloney.
Uh-oh, curse.
You're full of baloney.
You see, I'm actually a playwright.
All right.
Perhaps you saw my work at the Black Arts Repertoire.
Is that true?
Yeah, he was like a respected actor.
And then he did Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Come. Okay. Go ahead and get it. Medical grade.
Oh no.
I'm gonna put this away. This is illegal.
So many up and coming actors in this movie.
Mhm.
Like this is going to be the new A-list in 5 years. You know. Jesus.
Aaron, John doesn't like the bee costume. You know anything about this?
It's not a costume problem. He thinks he's Brando.
He's better than Brando. I'm working on it, Dick. Even they'll be studied.
They will study his liver. John is
They definitely have.
Must you turn him into a bee?
I am not turning him into a bee.
Thanks, Tom.
He is a man in a bee costume.
It's iconic though.
It is, yeah.
Costume. Yeah.
It's postmodern. It's Warhol. It's iconic.
She's right.
Yeah.
Spent years collecting orphan comedians off the street.
I know. They sleep on our dinette and they whiz in our sink.
So look how this all worked out.
Yes, yeah.
You're actually nervous.
I would be wetting myself.
Dude, yes. I would my stomach would have so many ulcers.
Credit on the show. I figured you'd go with Michaels.
Is that what you want?
It's like an ex-wife kind of situation.
I guess. No, they're currently married.
Lord, we're married, but I'm not your wife.
Yeah, I don't think that'll fit on the crawl.
I don't understand this dynamic then.
I don't either.
If he's dating Dan Aykroyd, it sounds like.
I don't. What's the gag?
We're gonna dress Aykroyd up as Julia Child.
America's favorite.
Okay.
Up a turkey on live television.
She slices open an artery.
Yep.
It's gonna be utter carnage, boss.
Oh no! I'm Julia Child and I'm...
That ends up being a really iconic sketch too.
Boss, I didn't even get to the good part yet.
Just put down a car.
Yeah, he doesn't like the Julia Child.
Well, Herb Belushi hasn't signed his contract yet.
Formality.
Yeah, well, they're pretty formal here.
Yeah.
Just try not to use words like underground or revolutionary.
I'm not exactly Che Guevara.
Yeah.
It's a full room.
They choose whether we go on the air.
Yep.
We need them.
Yes. Go rally the troops.
Yeah, it's the affiliates. You got to go beg to take your show on.
Hi. Wow, firm handshake. Hi.
I would love to be an extra in something like this. Just one of these guys standing around drinking in an old suit.
I'll smoke a fake cigarette. Why not?
Jesus, you guys look like the cast of Godfather if it was shot in Alabama.
Chippy might save the day here.
Right.
Welcome to New York.
You recognize that actor, didn't you?
I didn't catch it.
I'll let you see him.
In the words of my dear friend Che Guevara, this is the revolution.
Viva la revolution!
But Chevy really can't own a crowd, can he?
Gentlemen, behold. You listen.
Say what you will about it, but he's an icon.
You're right. Well, yeah.
Blood in the streets. Yeah.
Oh, it's Defoe. Okay.
Yeah.
Or Michael's a special bird. You know, he believes in his vision. Well, that's nice. And he doesn't really bend. We know how that story goes.
So he's not too impressed, is he?
No, clearly not.
I'm Dave Tebbutt, head of talent. You know, I handle the Tonight Show.
Chevy did try to get his own talk show for a bit.
You're a handsome, funny Gentile. That means something.
So he was already getting puffed up really big right at the beginning. Which is why he wasn't, he wasn't. That's probably why he wasn't on the show very long.
Sure, one season, right?
Yeah, I think Bill Murray came in and replaced him in season 2.
I want you to be thunderous and deafening. If my ears don't bleed, I'll be asking for a refund.
This feels like there's a veiled threat under it, though. Like he's not going to embarrass us.
Give us a hit. Yeah.
Don't question another instinct.
Just go.
Plow through any that gets in your way, even me.
Interesting.
Defoe is so good.
Defoe's always great. I feel like he's a threat.
It feels
at some point here, yeah.
Neil, why would he order a buck?
Oh, is that Paul Schaefer?
Mm-hmm.
It looked like him.
Yeah, I need the Muppet pages.
I already turned in that one script.
Oh, was Sensen uncomfortable with the Muppets on a plantation?
Oh my God! Whoa.
Did you see what that evangelical did to our pages?
This is gonna blow up, isn't it?
I'll be right back.
So he wants to say sexy instead of horny.
Sexy and horny just don't mean the same thing.
They don't mean the same thing.
Well, if a dog is humping her leg, it's horny.
It's certainly not sexy.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah.
I'd rather butt cancer than make these changes.
God.
I am a woman of God.
I'd heard God's love is blind. Now I know why. Are we still being formal? Please just call me Satan.
I am Satan.
I am Satan.
Oh my God. It's the Spartacus thing.
You will be forgotten. I am going to make sure of it.
Oh, sweetie.
I know you always want to be on the cutting edge. Check this out. Polaroid.
Nice.
We can have the actors demo it live, write it into sketches.
Product placement. That's bad.
Some of the cast might find that very unseemly.
I completely understand, but
they might break it.
Just have to make it to 11:30. Hey!
Oh my God.
I'll lose your teeth.
I'm the producer of NBC Saturday Night, and you just hit a man with a Tony.
With a Tony.
You took that punch like a champ. I'm actually not sure you're supposed to be pinching the bottom of the nostrils if you pinch a little higher.
That's true. It just fills up with blood.
missing something? Why are we using real brick? Can't we just roll out linoleum?
Oh God.
Okay, but are we going to use real blood and vomit too?
Give you some real.
The guy did just get punched in the face over the brick. Yeah.
Barbara, what time do you have?
10:39.
Can you imagine trying to wrangle all of these personalities?
Andy Kaufman alone would drive me up the wall.
I know.
Dick, it's critical for the success of the show.
Okay, but what is the show?
Stop asking me.
I mean, honestly, Dick, if you don't know by now.
Oh my God. I hope he has an answer by the end of the movie, by the time the show's going on. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, your host, George Carlin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. You. I've definitely you. Welcome to the show. We'll have some music, some laughs. I plug the record, blah, blah, blah. You ever look at the crowds in old movies and wonder if they're dead yet?
Yeah, actually. Yeah.
What? Yeah, throw it to Janice. Introduce her, please.
I'm kind of curious how Carlin did on the first episode. It's George freaking Carlin.
I think it's iconic.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Mr. Carlin.
Yeah.
I'm Joan Carbuncle, NBC Standards.
Oh, I didn't know they had it.
Joan, he's with me, all right?
No. I'd like to hear your concerns personally, if you don't mind.
I know you have a propensity for the obscene.
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
One delay button, and my finger is on it.
I'm surprised you even found the button, let alone touched it.
We're putting bricks on, like, right before they do the show.
That's nuts.
I don't know why you're laying brick. You're going to be gone in 2 weeks.
Oh, buddy.
Every time I take a step, give him a little crunch, right? It's like we're in the safari. Ready?
That is a perfect Billy Crystal, by the way.
Yeah.
I just got this job.
Now.
I love that they don't look like them so much, but like the
mannerisms and the voice and the pace of the speech and everything. Can you smell the drugs?
Met to cool, great baby floats in the bottle, and then.
Oh my God!
There you go.
Checks out.
That checks out.
I need you to sign your contract.
Yeah, and I'll shake you.
What's happening?
What happened to the music?
Something not great is happening. Yeah.
Do you want to do weekend update? Yeah.
So that'd be Chevy Chase.
Yeah.
Did Lorne Michaels first do Weekend Update?
No, it was Chevy.
I thought Chevy was the first Weekend Update guy.
It was the very first. Was Lorne going to be in it?
Saturday Night News Head.
This is new to me. I don't know about this.
The Emperor presented Mickey with a Hirohito wristwatch.
Yeah, okay, so maybe he bombs this horribly.
Right. It's like, maybe Chevy should do it.
I give in.
That was brilliant.
Now I need you to sign your contract.
Yeah.
Okay, do you have a pen?
Lauren, there's a call from Burbank waiting in your office.
This is going to be a bit then, trying to get John to sign his contract. Yeah.
Going out on stage, he signs it.
Mr. Michaels.
Oh, Mr. Hansen.
Hey.
I'm excited to see.
It's so weird he's playing two roles.
Yeah, it is.
Can you please remind your crew not to leave the Muppets in compromising positions?
I'm most surprised that Jim Henson agreed to do any of this.
I am too.
They didn't.
They did. It's sad.
Oh, God.
I know what that means.
I know what that means.
Hello, this is Lauren.
I was beginning to think you didn't like me.
Carson.
Yeah.
You know how this all started, don't you?
Oh.
Mommy and Daddy are fighting, and that's why you got the house to yourself tonight.
Carson was fine with NBC.
Okay.
I'm not opposed to Saturday night, even if it is a dumping ground for the deadbeats and bagheads.
Why are they making Carson out to be a villain?
Maybe he was.
I love Johnny Carson.
But don't get too comfortable. You're a bench warmer, a stalking horse.
Well, they are making him into a monster, aren't they?
Hey guys, sorry to bother you. Have you seen John Belushi anywhere?
Oh, yeah, sure. He was hanging out with us yesterday, right, Howard?
Oh, God.
Oh, no. That's fine. That's okay.
I think it'd help.
That makes sense.
In this situation, I don't know about that.
That makes sense.
That makes sense.
Good luck on your quest, amigo.
My God.
What is my identity on the show?
Don't ask.
Oh, yeah.
Neil.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
One of them is mine. Hey, have you guys seen John Belushi?
It's so claustrophobic too.
Am I gonna be okay?
Don't ask her. She's a nymph, not a nurse, kid.
I know that!
Oh my God.
I know that.
Lauren, you know Milton Berle?
Oh, absolutely.
J.K. Simmons.
Here it's your big night.
Planning on it. How's it all
You know what Milton Berle is most known for?
What's that?
Not his act. We'll talk about it after this.
Got it.
Do you ever miss being Mr. Television?
What is he talking about?
Lauren.
People watching, you know what I mean by Milton Berle, what he's most known for.
I can't wait to find out.
At 67, I still feel like a 20-year-old. Unfortunately, there's never one around.
Oh, man.
Yeah, by about 11 inches. Excuse me a second.
That's it right there.
Oh, really? He's well endowed?
Apparently so.
Yeah.
He was a legend.
Wow.
Heard that you were having some technical difficulties.
None that I know of.
Your writers were stoned, your actors were physically assaulting each other.
Yeah.
These are fair concerns.
I'm sure you have it all under control.
Yeah, it's really threatening.
It is, isn't it?
Reason you can't lock your script. The country will be happy to watch Johnny Carson.
There it is.
Well, we could always play the tape of dress rehearsal. Worst case scenario.
That's not the worst case.
So this is some kind of weird contract dispute with Carson. That's kind of how this happened.
So this shows the threat of like, we'll replace you with
Saturday Night Live.
Right.
All right, whose grass was it?
One of the horn flares.
Oh, degenerates. No mistake about it, that stick's probably stronger than a bull elephant, but why don't you come out and we can check on your face, make sure it's not inside out, okay?
Oh my God.
You're gonna be fine, we'll fix you up with some amphetamines, you'll be fit as a flake.
Of course.
We need everyone in togas. Everyone down to the 8th floor now.
I love who they got to play the main cast. Like,
for sure.
That's amazing. Like, it doesn't look like
They're
Dan
crushing
Aykroyd,
it, yeah.
but that's Dan Aykroyd, man.
Right.
Yeah, if anything goes wrong, we bump the tape.
Oh.
No one is saying he can't sing on the show, right?
He does sing on the show. Gonna get me a shotgun and kill all the whiteys I see. It was him.
That was him?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, cool. I can't believe that's what he's known for.
Smile.
Apparently, he had a sense of humor about poking the dancers with it while they were.
Oh my God.
Different times.
Yes, very much so. Look at this guy.
It was a walk up behind him and say hi to Uncle Milty kind of situation.
Oh my God.
Yeah. This him in 50 years? Just looking morose.
Lauren, don't worry. It's going to work out.
Yeah, it's going to work out for you.
Bill
buddy.
Hader will do impersonations of you.
Right.
On Conan.
Mike Myers will base a villain in a movie trilogy on him.
He did. Great, Lauren.
Yeah.
You know, ma'am, you are dealing with a fully qualified male strumpet here.
Did he do this? Was this a bit that he did to all the actors?
You only gotten that far?
We'd like to help, but we're rooting for the guy.
These guys suck.
I know.
One day he just followed me home from school and I never shook him.
Pretty sure you can be arrested for that.
Look out, Rosie!
Okay, so their marriage is just kind of a we're friends thing.
This movie is very much about identity too, right?
For sure.
Who am I? What is this? You know, that's the big question of the movie.
Come on out, Danny. Danny, enter.
You know, for a guy who hits on everybody, he sure doesn't want to be seen in the.
I think I've seen this
in the
before.
outfit. So he's actually kind of insecure.
Yeah.
Did those effectively hide his thunder?
Yeah.
What's the matter? Why don't you give me a little twirl?
Okay, this is funny.
Hey, stop muffins! One of them bouncy, bouncy! You dropped something.
Well, I guess I should just pick this up.
Cue now to ancient Greece as Alexander the Great.
Now they're going back to ancient Greece.
Hey, boys, have you seen
10-year high school reunion.
They need us in Athens.
Jesus, who's this guy?
Oh, she's talking to Milton.
She's taken.
What hours? I'll take the rest of the evening.
Oh my God.
Remember when you used to do comedy?
Funny, because I never heard of you.
That's probably the Alzheimer's.
Oh my God.
If you want my comeback, you're going to have to
Oh my god.
You're gonna laugh at that?
Listen, sweetheart.
You're gonna laugh at that?
That came from.
Yeah.
What?
Here you go.
No, we actually.
Do I have your attention?
Yeah, I'd be pretty speechless too.
I once held 97% of America's television viewing audience.
All that while his junk is just hanging out.
I just love to know where the humor is. It's like a spruce goose. This is a lot of wood, no lift off.
Well,
Is that right?
Is that right?
They revolve around acting.
Michael.
And that must feel foreign when you're a pony-tailed vulture feeding off the corpse of Lenny Bruce.
Oh my god.
It's a great thing. No one will be watching.
Hey.
Well, he's in character.
Michael,
do
you
this.
need to chill.
everyone is making all of this so much worse.
I know. The stage isn't even done yet. Somebody help this.
Can you? I can't think of ever even noticing the brick stage.
I'm sure it's not anymore. I mean, I don't know how long.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
There's the breaking point. Yep.
Now, are we under now? We can make it work.
Yeah, all these people who have been leeching on him the whole time. It's like he's serious here.
Then I don't know what to say. I'm sorry it didn't work out. Can you make it a 2?
Yes.
Great.
Oh. Honestly, that's showbiz. I'm sorry, but
it's life in the big league.
Yep.
That's what you've been thinking?
Listen, no one wants this show to succeed more than I do.
Is that so?
Kind of sabotaging it.
Run the dress rehearsal and claw back a win next Saturday. It's in everyone's best interest, mainly yours.
Sorry, was that a threat?
No, I didn't feel like that was a threat.
I'm sorry, you need a sponsor for a show that can't pull a single advertiser. You know they're giving out the ads for free.
NBC?
That's very Phillips.
NBC makes more money playing reruns of The Tonight Show.
Why don't they?
It's a contract dispute, Lauren.
Yeah.
Listen, I know you all make fun of me and my clothes behind my back, but Lauren, I'm killing myself for this show.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's
also,
fair.
Polaroid is cool.
Polaroid is cool. Polaroid is very cool. Cooper Hoffman crushing it.
Yeah,
that was so much like his dad there. The finger pointing at him. I'm gonna kill you.
Hold it together, man.
Nice work, fellas.
Sorry about the clothes.
And your face.
Doesn't matter.
Is this an okay time?
No.
Ideal.
I know what people say when they see a man with his arm up a muppet.
Oh my god.
That there is room for high-stakes puppetry on grown-up TV.
This is...
Some of the writers on the 17th floor don't share that dream.
Probably all of them.
Yeah.
It sounds like, what's his name, Brad
Renfrew.
Brad Garrett?
Brad Garrett, thank you, yeah.
I get paid $7 a joke if it gets a laugh, which...
You'd probably hire this guy.
Right. Okay, so you saw a funny one.
Yeah.
Wait, what? When do we start?
Jesus Christ.
10 minutes? Yeah.
This is not going to be good for you. I was going to take you to Reno.
I was going to take you to Reno. Really ice skating before you're on in like 20 minutes?
Well, I don't know if it's Belushi. I don't know if he's planning on going on.
Belushi was in the first episode, though, I'm pretty sure.
No, he was, but I don't think he's planning on going on. I think he walked out.
You know, the NBC Liability Act forbids you from ice skating.
We do not have time for this.
I know. This would be so stressful. It's
Yeah.
like, we all know that it works out, but I'm just
Right.
like, this is so frustrating. The freaking testosterone in that building is insane.
See, he fell before he even tried.
We have a show to put on, and I'd hope to see you there too, John.
Yeah, you can't stay there and wait for him to change his mind. It's like, show up or don't.
Yep.
Rose, I won't be offended if you don't want to use my last name.
It's not your last name, Lipowitz.
Check it out, full house, right?
What did you tell him?
Well, I kind of had to lie a little bit, but the vibe...
Alright.
Somebody help this kid.
I know.
Who wants to do the sound check?
Garrett, don't you know a song?
Nice. Huh? Nice.
Yeah.
Get me a shotgun and...
No, okay, yeah, this is the song he does.
I'm gonna get me a shotgun and kill all the whites I see. Shotgun and kill all the whites I see.
He does end up doing that on the show.
That was absolutely beautiful.
Don't give me no lines.
It was beautiful.
Is he here to tell him to run on Carson or to decide if he's going to run Carson?
Lorne, we need to let the audience in.
No, you don't.
Yep.
We have 7 of the brightest comedy minds alive.
Do you even know where they are?
Most of them, yes.
Most of them.
Try again next Saturday.
Don't do that. Come on.
He said, "Don't take no from him too."
Yeah. Do you even know what the show is? Tell me.
God, that question keeps coming up.
It does, doesn't it?
Please have an answer now.
All-nighter in the city.
Okay.
It's everything you think is going to happen when you move to the city. That's our show.
Okay, good.
Show me Saturday night.
We go live in less than
10 minutes.
No, you don't.
Got to do it now before
The whole show? Yeah.
Well, parts of it, I'm guessing. Oh, Andy's famous bit. Yeah. Yep. That's so good.
We'll have weekend update.
Weekend update.
Okay.
Go.
Okay. You take it.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
That's what. Yeah.
You were born for this. Trust me.
I don't know how quickly they made this decision, but I don't know if it was right before.
I could have sworn I heard that he was a last minute addition. I didn't realize it was literally the day of.
And now, weekend update with Chevy Chase.
Oh my God.
Hey, doll. What are you wearing? Is that why I hear purring?
The post office announced today that it's going to issue a stamp commemorating prostitution. It's a 10-cent stamp, but if you want to lick it, it's a quarter.
That's a good joke.
I love it.
That's a good joke, yeah.
Are we going to help the guy now?
Come on!
Like 5 minutes.
That's so many bricks. I bet his back is...
Thank you. God, he's been working his tail off.
Get some finger love in there, huh? Yep, a little bit of this, you'll be fine.
Let's get some finger love in there.
Cocaine lockjaw.
Lorraine, I don't think you can make the change.
Okay.
Go live.
Come on.
We know you're going to do it, but I want to see it. You've got a Polaroid. Do we have a camera?
Yeah, iconic.
Nice, yeah.
Mr. Carlin, may we get a mic check?
1, 2, you.
Are we going live or going to tape?
Yeah. He said he's standing right next to him and he's going to do it.
Are we
Tell him
going
to go
live
live.
or going to tape?
2.
Go live.
Yeah.
There it is.
Ready, camera 1, take camera 1.
Hugh Belushi.
I want to see this.
Where the hell is A?
Cue, John!
Belushi. Oh, dead air is not what you want.
No, it's not. That's a great shot.
Yeah. The light right in his eyes there.
Good evening.
To feed your fingertips
To feed your fingertips
of badgers.
of badgers.
Hey, Ned exclaimed.
Hey, Ned exclaimed.
Live from New York, it's Saturday night!
Got it. The final thoughts on this. I really liked the depiction of all the characters.
Right.
I liked the tension of it. I'm sure they did make some things. They exaggerated some things probably for film purposes.
Well, I feel like having seen it, that they probably took some things that were true, but didn't happen in that 90 minutes.
Sure.
And moved into that 90 minutes to up the
Cram
tension.
it in.
Right. Like, I don't, I mean, the Garrett Morris, the song, I don't think probably showed up there. Right. It probably didn't show up until they did the
They
sketch,
flipped
right?
it in as like an Easter egg almost.
Right, yeah. And I think there were probably a number of those. The Julia Child's blood thing.
Yes, yeah.
You know, I don't know for sure, but I would wager a guess that Chevy Chase, they may have, Lorne Michaels may have been the first guy that was going to do Weekend Update, but I'm confident the decision to switch to Chevy Chase probably happened way before, 10 minutes before the show aired.
So what I heard was it was a last minute swap, but it wasn't.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know it happened.
But when I mean last minute though, I don't know if that necessarily means the day of. It could have been the week of.
Right, right.
Because like if you like listen to Bill Hader or Andy Samberg talk about a week at 30 Rock,
right?
It's a chaotic week.
Sure.
So all of this, that's kind of what they dealt with in a week.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm sure they embellished a little bit, for those purposes, but I don't know how much is completely made up. That a lot of it seemed pretty legit, but even again without the details, obviously what the movie's really about is the chaos of this one guy trying to wrangle all of this into a show. dealing with incredibly diverse personalities
Yeah.
from all over the building, and how impossible that was, which I thought was done really well. I will say this: I feel like the women got a little bit of short shift compared to the men in this, as far as
I do think that
as far
too,
as the SNL cast,
Sure.
we see a little bit from Jane and from Gilda, but I really do feel like they kind of got pushed to the side a little bit.
I agree with you.
Compared to Aykroyd and
I agree with
Lamorne
you.
Morris
And even when we were talking about like he killed it. It's like we didn't really get a chance to see everybody else kill it. The one scene was the Dan Aykroyd catcalling.
Right.
That was like the only scene, and I think Rachel Sennett was the only female character that really had.
Yeah, they didn't. No one.
I don't want to say anything to do, but she was like clearly the lead actress of the film.
Yeah, they didn't give the female cast members. I'm talking about the SNL cast,
Yes.
the real people they were portraying. They didn't have as much to really showcase there, which is kind of a shame.
Yeah,
but let's face it, this movie had to be jam packed.
Yeah.
By design, some things were going to kind of fall to the wayside a little bit. It's just. So yeah, I mean, I get it, but it definitely focused more on the men than the women. I feel like,
and I'm glad that Jason Reitman kind of made an original film as well. Well, it's biopic, obviously, but I mean, like, I think his last movie he made was the Ghostbusters Legacy sequel, which I have not seen.
The Paul Rudd one,
yeah,
I haven't seen those either.
But I hear
there's two of them.
I hear it's not great, so I'm glad that he's back,
right,
doing something like this, an adult themed story. And obviously, you can tell that, like, this meant a lot to him. I'm sure his father knew. I mean, obviously, his father knew Dan Aykroyd. He probably knew Dan Aykroyd as a kid. You know what I mean? Chevy Chase. So, like, I like this a lot, man. Like, I thought this was really good. And I know that for the rest of the day, I'll be watching old SNL clips, behind-the-scenes stuff, you know?
I'm really curious to go back and watch the first episode. I'm sure you can find it somewhere.
I wonder if Peacock has it, because Peacock, obviously, like, in the streaming era.
Right. Peacock has
NBC
SNL on it, but I don't know how far back they go.
I've never checked.
I haven't either.
I know during in 2020 during lockdown, I was on there watching some SNL stuff, but it was usually a season before, or like fairly within the last 5 years, I was watching stuff on there because it was there. I do want to go back and see how far back you can go on that.
Sure.
If you can't go all the way to the beginning,
it's somewhere.
It seems like that's a missed opportunity. Then you know what I mean.
I think it's historically important enough that it's somewhere.
Yeah.
If you can find the Star Wars Christmas special, you can find that.
I don't. Also, yeah, exactly. Also, I don't want to put you on the spot because I know like we don't have all day. Is there any SNL sketch that sticks out to you as one of your all-time favorites?
Oh my God, there are so many on that show. Obviously the cowbell.
Yep.
The more cowbell sketch. The Chris Walken more cowbell sketch was amazing. There are several. A couple. I'm thinking of Lonely Island, one that I can't say the name of. The
in a box.
Yeah. But yeah, there's so many great ones.
Can I shout out? Get off the shed. The Will Ferrell bit when he's the dad.
Oh yeah.
The shed. I love that one so much. Opera Man, Adam Sandler is fantastic as well.
I mostly prefer, honestly, the ones that didn't become like mini franchises. You know what I mean? So like, I know like the cheerleader sketch with Will Ferrell, right, or It's Pat or whatever, or Wayne's World. Those aren't my favorite because like you keep bringing it back. Yeah, you bring it back. You really recycle the jokes a lot on them, to where it's kind of the same thing over and over and over again. Hans and Franz.
Yeah,
and it's just like. I prefer, the ones that really stand out to me are the ones that are standalone. We crush it for this one sketch, and then we were done with it because we weren't going to match that.
I love the Hot Tub Lovers, though.
Sure.
I do want to say this too, just because they cover Weekend Update. I'm a big Norm Macdonald fan. I think Norm Macdonald was the best Weekend Update host. All the OJ jokes were fantastic.
He was great. He was one of the funniest people on the show.
Rest in peace, Norm Macdonald.
But yeah, Weekend Update's always been a highlight of the show. Like even when
it was Tina.
Even in his down year, when Dennis Miller was there in their down years, it was a highlight of the show. Yeah. When Seth Meyers was doing it, I mean, it's just historically, it's just,
and even with Colin and Michael J right now,
they're killing it. Yeah, absolutely. So it's always, the news segments are always going to be a highlight on that show, just because the writers really get a run with it.
Yeah, that's like their lifeboat. That keeps them.
You're not really writing a sketch; you just get to write jokes. You get to write timely jokes, and I think that's generally right up the alley of the writers. So, like, even when you had like Stefan. Right,
I love that
showing up.
John Mulaney
writing for Bill Hader there.
His club was everything.
Yeah, exactly. They were always great, and you didn't have to write a narrative. You didn't have to write a sketch. You just write jokes. just really really well done. But no, as far as this film goes, they captured it really well. Again, they didn't say what source material they used to base it on. I'm sure it's easily researchable. I'll take a look.
Deep dive, yeah.
Right, yeah. I'm sure Reitman probably like, okay, these are the books I read, these are the interviews I did.
Yeah. And how many stories does he have as a kid, just hearing it from from Bill Murray, for
right?
Sakes,
I'm sure they used a million photos to reconstruct the set from that night, and all kinds of stuff. So it was a lot of fun.
Yes, it's a great time. I might, if this is still in theaters, I might go check it out in theaters if I ever have time. But this was amazing. Guys.
Yeah, really strong ensemble. I doubt anybody gets nominated for an Oscar for it, but I think
Probably not.
I think for the award shows to do an ensemble category.
Mm-hmm.
That's
like SAG.
Right.
Yeah.
Now I would say the cinematography and editing, I would nominate this for
score,
maybe score, but well, there wasn't a lot of score.
I guess. I mean, like it was more tense than anything else. It kind of reminded me of like Birdman or something.
Right. Yeah. I don't. For me personally, I don't think the score really stood out, but definitely editing and cinematography are real highlights here.
And we were
hard to pull off.
And we were talking about it earlier. It's been kind of a slow movie year. I don't know what the award season is going to look like.
I have no idea.
I wonder if this is going to be a contender.
Except Kieran Culkin. I watched that this weekend. Kieran Culkin's going to get the Best Actor nomination.
You watched A Real Pain?
Yeah.
Is it in theaters?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! See, I don't even know what's in theaters right now.
But Kieran Culkin's getting an Oscar nomination for Best Actor.
He sold me.
He might be a front runner actually for for the award. He was so good.
That makes me so happy.
Yeah. But at any rate, I don't know. Again, the verisimilitude of this, how accurate it is, and I don't really care. It made for a great movie.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like when a movie's based on a true story, I usually take that with a grain of salt anyway. Sometimes that means almost nothing. You know, inspired by means. I heard this story one time. Cocaine Bear. You know, there are Cocaine Bear treatments for a lot of true stories, even serious dramatic ones.
Yeah.
Whereas, like,
Remember the Titans is like a very egregious one too.
And there's a thing, right? You watch something like Remember the Titans, where it's like they're gonna fire you if you lose one game.
Yeah.
Shut up. Or the other one that stands out is The Blind Side. Yeah. Where it's like Michael Ort beat up a room full of drug dealers. I'm going to go ahead and call BS on that. You know what I mean?
Sure. He said he even said he's like, I've been playing football my whole life.
Right. Yeah. And that doesn't surprise me at all. He's like, I didn't move into this house, and all of a sudden they said, "You're big, play football." You know what I mean? I do know that he doesn't like the movie.
Yeah.
But I don't know details beyond. There are those true stories when you watch them, you're like, this is crap.
Yeah.
And those are two things that stood out to me. Remember the Titans. Once I lose one game, they're going to fire me, and the refs are cheating, and it's like this didn't happen. This did not happen.
Disneyfication of that movie.
Absolutely right. Yeah, for sure. And yeah, The Blind Side was like, this is something. This is you're really stretching. Like my favorite. Okay, I know this is off topic. The Blind Side, my favorite. This is the stupidest thing ever in The Blind Side.
Yeah,
for sure. Is when he's in Mississippi, right? Mm-hmm. And he has to take a state aptitude test to see if he can get into high school.
Yep.
And they're like, he bombed everything except one category, protective instincts. He got a 91. And it's like, is there a state test in the history of the planet where they test you for protective instincts?
Yeah.
All that's a way of slipping in. What a great blocker he'll be.
I know.
But that was so profoundly stupid that made it into the script.
I'm not a big fan of that writer-director, John Lee Hancock. Not a fan.
That was like facepalm bad writing.
Real quick, I'll raise you one.
Okay, do it.
Ending of Lone Survivor.
I never saw it.
The third act of that movie is complete fiction.
Is it really?
Incredible story. Incredible real story.
Right. I know it's based on true. I know what it is. It's based on true story. Afghanistan soldiers didn't kill a kid, and they'd have basically sacrificed themselves a lot because
roll
of it.
Down this hill.
Right.
Obviously they fended off Taliban. Spoiler alert: one of them survives. It's in the
lone survivor.
Yeah.
Right.
The third act of the movie is them like rescuing him from the village, whatever. Did not go down that way. It's a straight action movie.
Oh, is it?
His back was broken. He was blind for like a month, or maybe not a month, but like weeks. He was blind. He couldn't see because a grenade went off by his head. And in the last act movie, Mark Wahlberg's like stabbing people with a butcher knife. And you're like, dude, you're like paralyzed. Dude.
God.
It's a good movie, but like you're like, what is happening right now?
Yeah, very very much. When you see the true story, it's like I'm going to be reading because I don't believe this at all.
That's my first thought.
Right. I think this probably, though, just based on what we know about the show, probably fairly close.
I would imagine so. I want to know what the differences are.
The personality, and like I said, some of the people have come forward, like Dan Aykroyd's like, that pretty much is what I remember from the night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So good for them. Really appreciate it, guys. Again, thank you, Patrick. Really enjoyed watching this.
Me too.
Catch you on the next one.
See ya.